Welcome to Quahog, Rhode Island. It's a town full of crazy characters, but none quite as outrageous as Peter Griffin. He's the star of our show, Family Guy. Peter is the dad of the Griffin family, and boy, is he a handful. Peter is known for his wacky antics, his love of beer, and his ability to find trouble wherever he goes. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's always got a good heart, somewhere under all that nonsense. Whether he's fighting a giant chicken, getting into ridiculous arguments, or just hanging out with his buddies, Peter always keeps us laughing. But Peter isn't just about silly jokes and crazy adventures. He's also a family man, even if he doesn't always show it in the most conventional ways. He loves his wife, Lois, and his kids, Meg, Chris, and Stewie, in his own special way. So, buckle up and get ready for a wild ride as we explore the hilarious world of Peter Griffin. You'll laugh, you'll cry from laughing, and you might even learn a thing or two about family, friendship, and the importance of always wearing clean underwear. Or not, this is Peter we're talking about. Peter Griffin is a man of simple pleasures. He loves his beer, he loves his TV, and he really loves a good fart joke. You might be thinking, this guy sounds like a walking disaster, and you wouldn't be wrong. But that's what makes Peter so darn lovable. He's a lovable goofball, a walking cartoon catastrophe with a heart of gold. Underneath that clueless exterior beats the heart of a big softie. Sure, he might accidentally launch Stewie into space one minute, but the next he's trying to build him a treehouse, with questionable construction skills, of course. He's fiercely loyal to his family and friends, even if his methods of showing it are often unconventional. Peter's personality is a giant bowl of contradictions, and that's what makes him so funny. He's selfish yet selfless, idiotic yet surprisingly insightful on rare occasions. He's a man-child trapped in a man's body, constantly bouncing between childish antics and moments of unexpected wisdom. His impulsiveness often leads to chaos, but it also leads to some of the show's most hilarious moments. You never know what Peter will do next, and that's the beauty of his character. He's a constant source of surprise, whether he's breaking into song, starting a nonsensical fight, or accidentally blowing up his house again. Where do we even begin with Peter's most iconic moments? This is a man who once fought a giant chicken for a seemingly endless number of episodes, their battles spanning time and space. It's a rivalry for the ages, fueled by expired coupons and pure, unadulterated rage. Then, there's the time he accidentally became a millionaire, only to spend it all on ridiculous things like a solid gold statue of himself and a pet elephant. Of course, it all came crashing down, literally in some cases, because that's just how Peter rolls. But Peter's not all about the slapstick. He's had his heroic moments too, even if they were usually accidental or achieved through completely illogical means. He once saved Quahog from a hurricane using only a garden hose and a roll of duct tape. Don't ask how it worked, it just did. And who could forget the time he became a famous singer? His rendition of The Bird is the Word was a chart topper, proving that even Peter Griffin can achieve greatness, albeit fleeting and slightly off-key. Peter's crazy antics wouldn't be nearly as funny without the rest of the Griffin family to bounce off of. There's Lois, his long-suffering wife who somehow puts up with his nonsense. She's the voice of reason in the family, though even her patience has its limits. Then there's Meg, the Griffin family punching bag, both literally and figuratively. Poor Meg is often the target of Peter's jokes, but she always manages to give as good as she gets. Chris, the awkward middle child, is a lot like a younger, less self-aware version of Peter. He's constantly getting into trouble, but his heart is usually in the right place, even if his brain rarely is. And then there's Stewie, the diabolical baby genius with plans for world domination and a surprising fondness for show tunes. Stewie's relationship with Peter is a chaotic mix of love, hate, and attempts to steal Peter's bone marrow. Let's not forget Brian, the talking dog with a drinking problem and a penchant for getting into philosophical debates. Brian is often the voice of reason in the Griffin household, though his cynicism and self-importance often get in the way. Section 5. Why we love to laugh at and with Peter. So, why is Peter Griffin such a beloved character? Why do we find his ridiculous antics so darn funny? It's simple, really. Peter is a reflection of all of us, or at least the parts of ourselves we don't like to admit to. He's the embodiment of our inner child, the one who just wants to eat junk food, watch cartoons, and avoid responsibility at all costs. He says and does the things we would never dare to, and that's incredibly liberating. He's also a reminder that it's okay to not be perfect. Peter is flawed in so many ways, but that's what makes him so relatable. He screws up, he makes bad decisions, he says the wrong thing at the wrong time. In other words, he's human. Or at least, he's as human as a cartoon character who can talk to dogs and fight giant chickens can be. Section 6. Peter's legacy, a pop culture icon. Peter Griffin has become more than just a cartoon character. He's a pop culture icon, instantly recognizable to millions around the world. His catchphrases, dough, freaking sweet, giggity giggity, have become part of our everyday lexicon. His face adorns t-shirts, mugs, and even tattoos, though we don't necessarily recommend getting a Peter Griffin tattoo unless it's on your lower back, right above your, well, you know. His influence can be felt in countless other shows, movies, and even commercials. He's a testament to the power of well-written, relatable, and downright hilarious characters. Peter has shown us that it's okay to be silly, to embrace our inner child, and to never take ourselves too seriously. He's taught us that laughter is truly the best medicine, even if it comes at the expense of a well-placed kick to the groin. Section 7. The enduring appeal of Family Guy. Family Guy has been making us laugh for over 2 decades, and its popularity shows no signs of waning. What's the secret to its success? It's a combination of sharp writing, memorable characters, Peter being the most memorable of them all, and its willingness to push the boundaries of good taste. The show is a master of satire, poking fun at everything from politics and religion to pop culture and the human condition. It's not afraid to offend, and in fact, that's part of its charm. But beneath the edgy humor lies a surprisingly heartwarming core. At its heart, Family Guy is a show about family. It's about the love, the laughter, the frustrations, and the shared experiences that bind us together, even when those experiences involve accidental explosions, trips to the hospital, and encounters with talking animals. Section 8. Beyond the laughs. Heart and satire in Quahog. While Family Guy is known for its zany humor, it also has moments of surprising heart. Peter might be a clueless oaf most of the time, but he genuinely loves his family and friends. He's shown time and time again that he'd do anything for them, even if it means putting himself in harm's way, which he does, a lot. The show also tackles social issues, albeit in a satirical and often controversial way. It's addressed everything from gay rights and gun control to abortion and religion, sparking conversations and challenging viewers to think critically about the world around them. Family Guy is a show that makes us laugh, think, and sometimes even cringe. It's a show that reflects our own lives, even if it does so through a distorted and often absurd lens. It's a show that's both timeless and timely, and it's likely to continue entertaining and provoking audiences for years to come. Section 9. Peter Griffin, a character for the ages. In the pantheon of animated characters, Peter Griffin stands as a true original. He's loud, he's obnoxious, he's utterly ridiculous, and we wouldn't have him any other way. He's a reminder that it's okay to laugh at ourselves, to find humor in the mundane, and to never take life too seriously. Peter's legacy is secure. He's a pop culture icon, a source of endless laughter, and a character who will continue to entertain and inspire us for generations to come. So, the next time you're feeling down, just remember the words of the great Peter Griffin. Hey Lois, remember that time well, you know the rest.